right, good morning. We're early, slightly early, but we're ready to get started. We're ready to make some money. So, let me get ready here. Got a special guest today, my buddy Brian. We are going to do some pre-market planning with charts, figure out what we're going to be playing today. All right. We just wait a couple minutes here. Man, Google looks good. What's full ATR on Google? 727.
Yeah, so we go about 270,
275.
271, 15.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, Google is probably my favorite. Like, I'm confused. It's in 512. Like, it's not from haircut. Like, this is the 512 platform. The 512.
All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. You're going to hear some people in the background. That's Rowan and Owen at Roro Trades and at Little Tape 007. He's my boy. You're going to hear them in the background. Well, so the whole point of doing this live situation here is we get a lot of the same questions. And so we're thinking maybe we can show you guys and girls what we're doing, and then you can just replicate it, and we can answer a lot of these questions that we get. So basically, as part of any trader's career, or this as a profession, what we're looking for is we're looking to have certain routines. And one of the routines that we do here that is pivotal in what we do is our pre-market homework, our pre-market prep. So I'll just say, when we're done trading at the end, I'm going to adjust this camera real quick. It's bothering me. Okay. One of the things that we do when we're done trading in the afternoon, before we quit for the day, is we go through our watch list, which is about 50 stocks, and we specifically look to see what is holding the type of structure chart-wise that we really like on our particular setup that we like to play, which is the air gap flush. By the way, if you're new, we use the EMA cloud system. That's what the lines are on the charts. They are EMAs all on the one chart, the 10-minute chart, so that we can see exactly where the price action is and what our targets are that we're aiming for. So like I was saying, we do our post-market homework. We make a possibility list, and then in the morning we come back and we look at the structure of those charts, what happened overnight, if there was a catalyst, where the stock sits now. And we check and we say, okay, is this stock still viable for us to, trade, to do what we think we can do with it? And so that's what we're doing this morning. What I'm going to show you this morning is kind of the list of 50 that we watch. Between the three of us, we watch like 50 stocks. But this is the list of the best that we think we can get today. So first, the first thing is we got to look at what the market's doing. So big gap down this morning, guys. I put a post up yesterday on Twitter and I said, SPY looks tired. It looks like it needs a good 5 to 7% correction. Maybe this is the beginning of it. I have no idea, but I will tell you, yesterday when I was going through the charts, bearish. Everything was bearish. Like, the only thing that had relative strength yesterday, in my opinion, was Tesla. It was pretty much chopped yesterday going into the close. So SPY is currently down, what, 8.5 points. 8.5 points. ES, where is ES? Down 1.14%. And QQ's, the NQ is down 1.5, a little bit more. Palantir had earnings yesterday. The market briefly liked it and then decided to whip it like a baby seal, club it like a baby seal. So anyway, we don't really care too much why the market is down. What we want to do is we want to look for our individual setups going into the morning, because that is where we like to get paid, is that opening drive, that opening 30 minutes. So we're going to go through some of these charts. So you can see on my screen, I like to have all of the EMAs. You know, I get this once in a while. I get, screen looks too full or whatever. Not to me. I think it looks clean. You can see I don't have very many indicators. The indicators that I use are the EMA clouds, the EMA lines, and I use ATR. And other than that, I don't really use anything. You don't need a lot to really diagnose what these charts are telling you. So on SPY in particular, you can see this huge gap down. Obviously, it's bearish. On the 10-minute, it's bearish. And now even on the 4-hour, we have this gap down to here. I was just telling Rowan that we have this small gap in the chart on SPY going back to the 24th of October. It's not very big. It's like literally $1 from here to here. All right. So that's why I said small gap here. What we would be looking for on SPY is for SPY to break this MTF right here. This one is the 50-55. And if it can break through there, it can certainly fill this gap today down to 672. Okay, so that would be important to know if you were going to trade SPX 0 DTEs, or if you were going to trade SPY puts. Which, by the way, I'm proud to say 10 minutes before the close yesterday, this guy grabbed SPY puts. I bought the 675s for Friday, didn't I? Is that what they were? Friday or next Friday? 7th of November, 675 puts. How about that? I had the trader heebie-jeebies yesterday afternoon, and I'm like, something doesn't look right. So I grabbed SPY puts. I paid $1.57 for them, and they're probably going to open up at $5. So I'll start the day out with the banger. That sounds pretty good to me. All right, so that's SPY. So now we're going to go through a couple charts that the boys, Rowan and Owen, already went through the stocks that they know have our best setups, and they already gave me a list. So we're going to start with AVGO. AVGO is at Roro Trade's top stock today. This is how we do it. Okay, this is exactly how we do it. So we start on the 10-minute. You can see the cloud structure is such that all of the EMAs, all of these EMAs are currently sitting on top of the current price action. All right. The only EMAs that are not are the ones that are going to be our targets down here. So this is a breakdown. Obviously, this is a bearish breakdown. But what we're looking for is we're looking to shoot for this target down here on the 34 EMA daily. I love these setups where you break the 1 hour and you shoot down to the daily, or you break the 4 hour and you shoot down to the daily. In terms of the EMA air gap flushes that we have made famous now, the best one is always going to be when you break the 4 hour and you go down to the daily. Okay, those have the highest probability of success. The next one is going to be the 1 hour down to the 4 hour. The one that is the most difficult to get is when you break a daily and you're shooting for another daily, because that whole MTF cloud is going to be the king of resistance and support, depending if you're going down or going up. So that's going to be extremely hard to get that one. I find a lot of times you don't necessarily hit the bottom of that daily target when you go from a daily down to a daily, because it's just, there's a lot of resistance right there. And so you tend to get a lot of curls and a lot of sloppy action inside of that. So some of these have the really good setups where we're breaking the 1 hour and we're going down to the daily, or we're breaking the 4 hour and we're going down to the daily. All right, so so AVGO. So how do we go about setting these up, and what are we looking for? So you can clearly see that AVGO is sitting right here underneath this current 1 hour EMA and these two little 30 EMAs, the 5 and the 12. We don't give much credence to the 30-minute EMAs or the 10-minute in terms of how we do these setups. What we're more worried about is the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily, specifically looking more towards the 4 hour and the daily, but we do give credence to the 1 hour. That being said, we would take this trade when we broke below the 50-55, okay? Right here, you can see this 50-55. We would take this trade and we would shoot down. This is AVGO, by the way, but we would shoot down and aim at this target right here, which is the 34 EMA on the daily at 348.48. Our takeoffs are actually a little bit before that. You can see right here, I already have a line. It's at 349, a little bit above 349, 349.05. And the reason is that's full ATR. You can see ATR on AVGO is $13. So what we need to do is we need to measure this. And I hit the wrong thing. So we're going to measure this down here, and you can see that's, let's call that $6.50. So that's going to be our reward on the trade. If we can get this thing to flush like we think it's going to, this is going to be our reward. So $6.50. So you need to remember that. And then now, where are we going to set our risk on the trade is typically you'd want to be back above this 512 on the 10-minute when it turns bearish. But what we're actually going to do is we're going to go a little higher. We're going to go up here from, let's say, 355. We're going to go probably on the bottom of these candles, I'm guessing. Let's see. What do you think on the stop on AVGO, Owen, Rowan? Do you think we should widen it out and get above that hour-long EMA?
Yeah,
that would put us at like, that would put us at a $2 stop versus a $6.50 reward. So it'd be 3.1, 3.2 to 1.
I told them.
We're discussing. Hold on.
Brian, I said that if you take AVGO right programs, yeah, then you can take it, you put your stop right above 1 hour, and then you're holding safer, but you're risking more, obviously.
Yeah.
Or you can be risky on the wick out, but you get a 1 to 6 trade or 6 to 1 reward versus risk trade, and you just put it right above the 30-minute and the 10-minute 512. Yeah. It just depends on like.
I don't like, so what we're discussing is where we're going to put the stop. So I don't like the fact, I'm not like the greatest, what was I going to say? It's too early in the morning. I need a coffee. I don't like my stop above a weak EMA. I consider a 30 EMA to be a weak EMA. What I like to do is I like to have as many defenders in between me and my stop as possible. Defenders being the higher time frames. So we have this 1 hour. And so what I would do is on this trade, I would set my stop up here. Let's call it like right around 358 is where the stop on this trade is going to be. The reason is it gives me a 30-minute defender, which, okay, it's a 30-minute defender, but at least we have an hour defender there as well, because we don't want to get wicked out of this trade, right? And we're going to take the trade in the morning, so we know that the price action is going to be such that there could be some extreme wicks on this trade. So if we set our stop up there and we're entering below this 50-55 MTF, then we're basically aiming for 6 reward where we have a $2 stop. So we're getting a 3 point, let's call it a 3.1 risk to reward on that trade. Now, there are a couple rules that we look for. The main rule is we need to have at least a 3-to-1 risk to reward on the trade. This qualifies, obviously. And the other thing is there has to be at least $1.50 between the air gaps. This one obviously qualifies because we have $6.50 between this air gap. Okay. And like I was saying, the takeoff on this trade is going to be right here because this is full ATR. Now we could aim, let's see here. We could aim for the 350s. Let's take a look at the 350s. I'll show you how we pick our targets. So what we're looking for is this column in particular is the open interest. We want something that has a high open interest. You can see right here that the OI on the 350s is 3,270. So we can pick that one. We don't want to pick like this one, 1803 or 1,045. We want where the action is going to be because we want a liquid book. We want a spread that's going to be like a nickel, no more than, let's say, 10 cents on that spread. And so then what we're going to do is we're just going to pull this down into our Thinkorswim. And this is what the vehicle that we're going to use to get into this trade. So probably, I'm guessing it's going to open up at 3, 4, 5. These will probably open up at around $5.25. So you're going to assume your risk based on that. What we do is we do 2 to 3% of our portfolio. So who's going to take AVGO? This is another thing is we all don't take the same trades. Okay. Rowan's going to take AVGO. Rowan is going to do this trade on AVGO. And Rowan is going to take, it opens up at 525. Rowan, how many cons are you taking?
350 cons, 350 puts, probably 3 or 4.
Well, it's going to open at 525. He's going to take 3 or 4 of them, is what he said, Rowan. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. The next one that we really, really like, AMD. AMD, you could actually take AMD short right here. You don't need to wait for the open to get puts. The only problem is it's already halfway through the gap. Did you boys see that? Yeah, it's okay. Why do you have it on as like the top?
Well, it looks better at 6 a.m.
So at 6 a.m. it was up here breaking the 4 hour. That's why you put it on there. Okay. AMD's meh because it's already halfway through this gap. So you can clearly see that this gap is what they were shooting for, this gap right here down to here. So it would have given us 475. Full ATR would have gave us let's say about $4, $3.90. This one's okay. This one right now, if the market opened, it would give us the risk to reward on this trade is not very good right now. $2 that way to a $2 stop. It's a 1-1. Okay, so Rowan gets smacked because he gave me a bad setup. AMD is not in play. All right. I'm reading before I go on. I'm reading the messages. Do you measure ATR from the daily open? Yes, of course. I measure ATR from whatever it closed at. That's a given. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're moving on. Google. Let's take a look at Google. So we're going to look at Google. Okay. This is a good setup. We have a daily We're breaking a daily. Anytime you break a daily, you know the stock is weak. All right, we're even got like a 10-minute little bear flag thing going on. Okay, so we're going to measure this. This is going to be a trade that's, let's call it $4 reward, and then our risk is going to be back above this 1 hour. Let's call that $1.50 ish on the stop. Do we want to be that wide on the stop or Google? We don't want to be that wide.
You should clarify that's not an air gap.
What are you talking about? It is an air gap. It's a daily down to a 4. Oh, it's in the daily right now?
It's in the daily right now. You need to clarify that this is not, this is a bounce line. This is not like what you should trade. It's in the 512.
I should have the boys doing this. They know more than me now. What is that saying? Like when the mentor or the mentee overcomes the mentor. There's like
the student becomes the master.
Yeah, the student becomes the master. They're buying their time. The boys are buying their time so they can kick me out of here and they can roll this roost. Can I bring you a coffee? Yes. My wife wants to know if she can bring me a coffee. Yes, please. I do need another coffee. So we are entering the daily gap of the 512 on Google. Well, then why did you guys give it to me?
I literally said something this morning. You guys were rage baiting. They told me that it was an air gap.
You guys have given me 2 crummy.
It's good. It's good to me at least.
No,
good.
It's
no.
only the 512. I mean,
Yep, exactly. I said something.
Okay, here's the thing I have given all the, I would call it the tedious jobs to Rowan and Owen. So they are to feed me. They do the charts and they feed me the information. I no longer have to look at it because I have 2 servants that do it for me. This is the second one that you guys gave me that sucks. Okay, we're not doing Google. Let's look at the next one. UPST. I want to look at the 10-minute first before I do anything. Okay, this looks good. This looks good, okay? We have, this looks good for a gap down. We have EMAs sitting on top of the current price, which makes it heavy, right? So we have that. And then what would our targets be? So first off, let's look at the 4 hour. So let's go out here to the 4 hour.
Cup on the 4 hour. That's why I put it in there. It already filled
What
out
is
the
it? Say it again.
It's a huge cup on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. It already filled out the handle. That's why I put it.
Oh yeah. Okay. So Rowan was saying it's a huge cup on the 4 hour, and he's correct. So here's the cup for you guys that don't know what a cup looks like, which I don't know why you wouldn't know what a cup looks like. Let's look at the 1 hour. You probably see it a little bit better.
Yeah, 1 hour.
Oh yeah, look at that. So here's the original cup. Here's the handle right here, and you can clearly see it's coming down through the handle. So on the takeoffs, what we would be looking for is we were looking for downside targets. I'll show you how we come up with them. This is going to be one of them right here. This is going to be like probably a lower 4 hour candle. Yeah. See these bodies of these 4 hours here? That would be my first target. And I would treat that like a 1 hour EMA. So if you know our takeoff structure is such that when we get these gaps, 1 hour EMAs, we take 20 to 30% of our position. 4 hours, we're taking 60 to 70% of our position. And anytime we hit a daily, we're taking the full position off. That's we don't change those rules. That's exactly what we do, okay? All right, so this would be our first target, and then we would be aiming for full ATR. I wonder if that's full ATR. Full ATR is 313, so that puts us at what? 40, 44.30-ish.
Yeah, they do 40,
44.
45. Just do 45.
45.
Target, because that's where the cut line is.
So this is going to be on UPST. This is going to be our full target. So we treat full ATR like a daily, and we're taking that whole trade off. Let's take a look at what we're going to use. I do like that one, Rowan. That's a good one. Let's see what we're going to use for that. Rowan, that's not $1.50.
What's
UPST.
$1?
That gap.
Well, there is no gap.
Well, it's down to full ATR. There's a gap.
Yeah.
We're going to take the 45s, the $45 puts on that one. And then we're going to set our stop. So this would be entries. And we're going to set our stop 30 cents up. Right here, 46.50. That's going to be our stop. That way we have a 30-minute, a 1 hour, and a 30-minute in between here. Okay? So this will be stop. And that's going to give us a 4 to 1. $1.20 versus a 30-cent stop. This one, it's okay. I don't like the fact that it's less than $1.50. Boys. Yeah. My wife's here with my coffee. Say hi to the internet world. All right, so UPST, who's taking UPST? Okay, Rowan is going to be taking the UPST. Beautiful 1 hour cup and handle inverted. Looks like it's going to break down. Sarah says the 200 weekly SMA on UPST is $43.96. So
Yeah. That would be full ATR.
no, full ATR is 45.
No. Full ATR is $3. So whatever $3 would be. So,
Yeah, $44.50.
Well, that's 46. So 3 minus
43. So I'll put a mark there.
Yeah. 43 would be full ATR.
43.96, but let's call it 44. Okay, that's not what you told me before.
Well, no. My target. See, my targets for half takeoffs would be cup neckline, because obviously that's
Rowan's target for half takeoffs is the cup neckline, which we're already there though. If you look at it, we're already there. So you have to go down to those previous bodies of those 4 hour. Look at the 4 hour. We are already at that price. So you see the bodies on the from well, it was Thursday. $45. You need to have takeoffs at 45. We're gonna treat this line right here as a 1 hour EMA, and we're gonna take off 20 to 30% of that position. We're debating. We do a lot of debating during our pre-market prep. We're doing a lot of debating to figure out. We want to make sure that we're getting like the best entries and the best exits. Sam, I treat them, the horizontal targets, I treat them as 1 hour EMAs. And in our rule set, our 1 hour EMA, we take off 20 to 30% of our position. Oh, and this is just an override rule in general. If we get 100% on the trade, at any point in time, we're up 100% on the trade, we immediately take half off and we ride free casino money. You're welcome. Okay, take off 20 to 30% here, and then he's going to aim for full ATR down here. And when he hits full ATR, we treat full ATR as a daily inside of our rule set. And our rules state that when we hit a daily, we take everything off. So he will be out the remainder when it hits down here. And you're going to be taking what puts, Rowan? Yes. You know, you could take the 43s. The OI is 86, 86, which is really high. See, the reason that we are looking for a high OI, I was going to say a high ho. We're not looking for a high ho. We're looking for a high OI. Is because it acts like a magnet, right? The closer it gets to that price, it wants to like either pull it down or pull it up. So I would say you're safe taking the 43s, Rowan. Yeah. The 43s and even the 42s. I know that's $2 away.
I see what
you see what I'm saying? How the 42s have 97.19. So he's either going to take the 43s or the 42s. We'll figure it out here before the market opens. All right, let's go to the next one. So that was UPS. So
do IBM.
I what?
IBM.
IBM.
Yep. Targets would be 294.
Oh yeah, look at that down there sitting. Okay, so this trade is the kind of that I like. You have a really high ATR. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Okay, we're getting ready to break down through. We're bear flagging here on the 4 hour, but we're getting ready to break this 12 EMA daily and also this 50 EMA on the 4 hour. So for us to take this trade, we would have to break underneath of that where this dotted line is, and then we're going to be aiming for this 50-55 down here. This is a EMA, a daily EMA. So let's go ahead and zoom back out and measure that. Okay, that's really good, Owen. 550 versus. What are you thinking on the stop?
Above the 1 hour.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, above the 1 hour.
So $1.80 on the stop, above.
Yeah.
Like right here above the 5 EMA on the 1 hour.
Yeah,
So let's say 301.40. Yeah.
And then not getting in it anywhere above 299.80.
Yeah, what Rowan is saying is we don't get into this trade until it breaks below these higher time frames right here. It has to break below these. These are obviously the highest support time frames, especially the daily. We want to see extreme weakness. So we want this trade to come down here and stay underneath here before we take this trade. And when we do, we're going to place our stop up here for about $1.80. This trade is going to offer $1.80 on the risk and $6.50 on the reward. $5.50 on the reward. So that's going to be right there on that 3-to-1 that we look for. So IBM, and then IBM you can take. Hold on, son. Yeah. IBM you can take the shares. Yeah, I was just thinking the book is really thin. So what is that down there? 290s. What are the 290s? Yeah, I mean, shoot, that's weak. Yeah, take shares. You can, yes, and look how spready it is. Yeah. So on this one, we would take shares. Okay, we're going to short shares. All right. Next one. Do you want me to talk about Intel?
Yeah. By the way, IBM telling that it's a site level. Like when we break 300, it's a site level break.
Correct.
So it's even more bearish when it breaks 300. Yeah,
I don't know if you heard that or not, but 300 is a psych level on IBM, and when you break down there, typically there's a lot of stops that congregate around big whole numbers like that.
So be wary of your entry.
full ATR. Full ATR on IBM would put it where?
It's $9. Full ATR would take us down to
290.
about 291.
Yeah.
But you have 2021 at 294. So you take probably a little bit more than half off there. How is that? 5%.
Okay, on this one here, we would take, when we hit this MTF, we would take 60 to 70% off and try to hit runners down to our lower targets of full ATR, which would be right here. All right, to answer your question, Sam. Sam, you only get 2 questions. You're not allowed to ask any more questions, okay? Let's let the other students in the class ask questions. All right, what am I doing next? Intel? Oh man, okay. If Intel breaks this MTF right here, you can aim for full ATR, okay? Full ATR on this one. Maybe this is a possibility down here if the market stays extremely weak. We would be looking for full ATR takeoffs on this one. See how the EMA structure is such that all of the current EMAs are sitting on top of the current price, weighing it down. This is the last one. Hood. Again, they all look, quite similar. All the EMAs sitting on top of the current price action here. And we're looking for the targets are going to be this MTF right here. And then full ATR, which is going to be what? 140. It's going to be right there. So, but that one's already gapped down so much. Yeah. That's a problem on this one. All right. Why'd you guys put it on my list? You guys are giving me.
We are going through the list actively.
Oh, actively. It's changing. The list is changing. Here's the thing about the market. It's always changing. Oh man. Okay, so Hood's gappy gap already. Do I have any more? Oh, Tesla. Everybody loves Tesla. 4 hour on Tesla.
This one, you have to redefine for it. This one is not a play for today.
Okay, this is not a play for today. The Tesla's making a cup and handle right here. It's a deep handle. It's a deep handle with a gap in it, but it's still doing it. If Tesla, I would say this, if Tesla has relative strength this morning while while tech in general is selling down and SPY is selling down, then this would be a good play for tomorrow if we can get like a small relief rally in the markets and see if it can get back up here on the top of that cup.
You have to check out QQQ and its daily gap.
There's a daily gap on the Qs, is what Rowan just told me. This is going to be the last one that I have to get ready. Oh yeah, here's the gap right here. It starts right there and it goes down to here. Yeah, the market, I can't stress enough. Without a catalyst today, the market is going to stay weak. VIX is currently at 19 and change, holding above the 512 on the 10 minute. So here's VIX. It's looking bullish. You see all the EMAs underneath of it here. We're looking for a retest of the highs on kind of right out of the get-go on VIX. I want to see how much fear is in the market and who's buying protection. But this has the looks of making a cup right here. You can kind of sort of see that this looks like it wants to make a cup. I don't know, maybe 30 minutes we can get a cup out of it. If we, I'm telling you, oh, and by the way, I'm like my brain is going crazy. You can see SPY's making an inverted cup as well. Right here it is on top of this daily EMA. See this? If we get this inverted cup and this cup and handle to play out on VIX, inverted cup and handle play out on SPY, I want you to measure that handle for me when it does it, and then that way we can take some SPX puts right at the retracement point of the handle. Who's going to do that for me? Owen. Yeah. Can you do it for me? Yeah. Okay. Owen's going to measure out the retracement if we do make this handle on both of them. We have a formula for that. If you want to learn that formula, you can come into Tenet and I'll teach it to you. Use my link to do that. And then we're going to be done because I got to get ready. I play market on open. So basically, this is what we've come concluded to. Rowan is going to take UPST via the 42 or 43 puts. Have you decided? He's going to take the 43s. And he's going to ride it down to $44, correct? Okay. And you're also taking what? ABGO via the 350 puts. And his takeoffs are going to be what?
Daily or 14 ATR.
It's going to be either or.
Both.
What's that?
It's going to be both because they both align.
Okay, it's going to be the daily and full ATR. Okay, he said they line up pretty good. Oh, and you're going to be taking what?
Same stuff. I mean, those are the best ones.
So you're going to take those two.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, I'll get into like one and I'll watch that, but I'm watching ABGO until PST. Whatever else we talk about.
Okay. And I guess I'm just going to be doing SPX. Plus, I'm going to be managing my puts that I bought yesterday. Got slightly fortunate with that, but I'll tell you, my trader heebie-jeebies were going off the rails yesterday afternoon as I looked through charts, and I was like, "Wow, everything looks like it's just hanging on by a thread." So, Oracle. Did you boys see Oracle?
I did not.
Okay, take a look at Oracle. Yeah. Medj says, take a look at Oracle. Look, it looks good.
Well,
How did we miss that one?
I mean, there's no target. Like, even ATR.
Well, it's full ATR.
Yeah.
240, 242.70. It's a continuation of a higher time frame, 4-hour, bearish breakdown. Look at this. See, it broke down of this bear flag. Back when was it, Friday or Monday? Is today Tuesday?
Yeah.
So yesterday it broke down
So,
through its bear
so
flag.
far extended from the 12 of the 4 hours.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. Remember, lower can go lower. Just because it's extended doesn't mean anything. As long as people want to sell it down there, that's all that matters. Lower can always go lower. Just remember that. We'll be watching Oracle. I'm gonna watch Oracle. I'm gonna be watching Oracle. Okay, guys, we're gonna be all done. 1,500 of you. Wow, that's awesome, guys. We're gonna be doing more of this. Please follow us at TeamTapeX, at TeamTapeX. Guys, follow at Roro Trades and at Little Tape 007. We also just started a YouTube, a Twitch, a Instagram, a TikTok, all of them. See, my whole entire goal is to be on all the socials so that wherever my mother-in-law is looking while she's swiping through her phone, she can see my handsome face and hear my delicate voice. And it just makes me so warm and fuzzy knowing that she just has to hear my voice on all the socials. What is your YouTube channel? Look up TeamTape. TeamTape. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. This is my channel. TeamTape. Let's see here. Here's TeamTape. Yep, I gotcha. Okay, guys. Good luck today. We hope you guys kill it. We hope you guys eat the way that we're going to eat. We're going to eat today. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go.